Alright, moving right along, I'm going to create some detail on the primary body of the jacket. Now, first of all, I want this jacket to have a little bit of thickness. Now, depending on if you want edging or not, right, we can do it in different ways. What I want is a edging right on the edge of this jacket. So right out of the box, I'm going to duplicate this guy. Underneath Sub2, duplicate. For the new guy, I'm gonna actually Control Shift and click on this guy, and one more time, and Control Shift click on the guy on the other side, and then I'm gonna Control Shift and drag in the empty space to reverse my isolation. Alright, I'm gonna go for a delay hidden underneath geometry, modify topology, and delay hidden. I'm having a shortcut right here. Use that too much, so it's on the top. Anyway, Control W to give them the same group. I'm gonna BZM again and extrude them out. So a little bit outside and a little bit inside. So, oops. Cool. And then for this garment, oops, that's actually Control Z. I'm gonna do polygroup, just polygroup. Okay, so that way I'm doing both sides. Again, going outside a little bit and going inside a little bit. Alright, now I can Control Shift and click on this middle part to isolate it and do a delete hidden to delete others. Again, it's gonna be underneath geometry, modify topology, delete hidden. I'm just using my shortcut. And here I'm gonna use delete to delete those two faces, because I want the edging to stop right here on the corner. I don't want it to be going all the way through. So I'm gonna break the connection here using delete. And do the same thing for the bottom ones. This and that. If you find it hard to navigate, do something there, and then zoom in, and then Control Z to go back. Right. Whoops. And then delete this too. Now, this is gonna allow me to do a auto group again. Again, polygroup, auto group, right? Right here. And then I can go Control Shift and click on this guy and the other guy. That's gonna hide the others too. Now that gives me only this part. I do want to have that edging, right, from here to the bottom. Okay, now I'm not gonna do this delete hidden one more time to just get rid of everything else. Alright, cool. So now after this, I'm gonna go ahead and give it some thickness. BZM again for Z modeler. I'm gonna push it. Let's actually go extrude, polygroup out again. Make sure we're having the same polygroup by doing Control W. Right. And then we can drag that out. Okay. Now we can also drag it in a little bit, holding down Shift to prevent it from extruding but just moving. Okay, I have some artifact here. It's not that hard to fix. We can use Move Brush and just maybe a little bit bigger. Fix that. It's just a little bit twisting too much. Can easily just drag things around to fix that. Alright. Let's move on to take a look at the other side. Same problem, just drag things around to fix that twisting effect. Alright, so this is the edging I want to have on my jacket. You see this very often, right? On the garment you have this little edge here. It's slightly bumping out too. Okay. I think I want it to be a little bit bigger, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Okay, using extrude, right? BZM, extrude polygroup out, and just drag it out, holding down Shift, and do the same thing. Oh, it's already doing that because it's the same roof. Okay, can press D button to smooth preview it, right? Looking good. And also smooth preview the original body. And there's some overlapping part. I can again use Move Brush to, kind of like fix that. Alright, no problem, right? So this is a very clean way of creating edging or fake thickness for the geometry. Alright. So now we have this part, right? I'm gonna go ahead and create the base for the zipper. To do so, I'm gonna zoom in. Oh, let's also duplicate this guy. Again, sub 2, right? And then we can go for a duplicate right here. And I'm gonna Control Shift, click on this edging or this thickness to isolate it. I'm gonna do a delete hidden. That's gonna allow me to delete that. And then I'm gonna BZM, use extrude right here, and extrude out a edge loop complete to extrude out a edge from here. And then when you're still holding the cursor or the mouse or the tip of the pen, right, tap the Alt button to give it a new group just in case, and then rotate to the back, Control Shift, click on this guy, and one more time. So what this does is basically hiding those parts that I don't want and giving me only one face that is right growing or standing on top of that thickness. And then I'm going to go ahead and delete others by doing delete hidden again. Now a little detail here is that you do have a triangle on the end. You also wanted to delete that too. So go to delete. A single poly is good, and delete that triangle. Have another one on the other side. So alright. Now with this, I can actually use it to create my zippers. To do so, I'm going to BZM again and zoom in, insert a edge loop right here. And I want to make it closer to this edge, so I'm going to change the operation target to a single edge loop, so I can just click and drag to apply one. Alright, and then BZM again, I'm going to use my crease brush, crease command, and crease this entire edge loop I just created. And then afterwards, I'm going to use stroke curve functions, turn out border and polygroup just the creased edges and frame it. That's going to give me a line going across this direction. And then eventually I can now use the zipper brush and just pick one and click on the model. As you can see, now it's applied across that line. The size of your brush determines how big it is, so you can even resize and re-click to resize it. Alright. Now I have this zipper being applied on the model. I think it can be a little bit bigger than that, so that would be better. Okay. And I can click on the model to finish that. Now we have a zipper being positioned properly. Right. Now I'm going to do the same thing on the other side just to repeat the process. Okay, so one more time, go back to the original edging we were having. Control Shift, click on the middle to isolate it, and then do delete hidden. Oops, we have to duplicate this guy, right? We still want it, so duplicate, and then Control Shift, click on this guy, and then I'm gonna go BZM again. I'm gonna extrude out the thickness using extrude. Okay, extrude out the thickness. Oops, that edge. Okay. And then, whoops, I have something else that I don't want. Not sure what that is, but let's try that again. Something's showing up. Let's do delete hidden. Alright. And do that one more time. Cool. And then go back, Control Shift, click on this conjunction between those two groups. Control Shift and click on it, and one more time. Okay. And then we do delete hidden one more time. And here I'm gonna go grab the triangle right here to delete it, right, this triangle, and go zoom out, do something at the bottom, just drag on it, right, and go in, Control Z to cancel that operation, and then delete this guy. Alright, cool. So now, let's take a look, right, we just need to, again, BZM again, go insert a single edge loop, and then BZM again, use crease, and then you freeze the border, the creased edge, frame the edge. It's gonna be again underneath stroke freeze mesh, right? Alright, let's go ahead and do the zipper again. I'm gonna use the other side and click on it. Oops. Sometimes it's not easy to click, you can use mouse. Okay. Now I do have a problem here on this guy though, it's flipped. Now you have multiple choices to fix that. One of the things you can do is just use this guy again and click on it. That should be good, right? And then you can just accept it right away, and you just need that thing here, right? So for that, you just go there, and then you just go ahead and drag on any model to create it, and then just click to finish it, and then you just move this guy to where you want it to be. So let's go W, control click to move this guy to the top. I actually have something on the top already. Anyway, so we can always manipulate those different pieces to redefine where they are. Right, so I want this guy to be here instead. Click the mask, Control Shift, and drag that to isolate just a little piece of it. Control Shift A to grow out, and Control Shift click on it to reverse the isolation. Then we can do delete hidden to get rid of that. And here for this guy, again go use W, or move right control click on this guy to isolate it. We can move this guy back down to the bottom. And this kind of stitch actually is easier to use the mouse because it's basically hard surface modeling, more or less. Alright, so let's just move it into position. Feels like it can be a little bit bigger, so let me scale it and reposition it. And put it in the right spot. I don't quite need that piece here, so Control Shift and drag it. Control Shift A, Control Shift click, and delete hidden again. So that should get rid of that. And now we have the other things of the zipper. Maybe it can go a little bit lower. So Alt click here to reset the orientation, if that's easier for you to reposition it. Maybe just a little bit bigger than that. Okay, then move it in. Alright. Again, probably don't need that, so Control Shift A again. Well, again, Control Shift to drag just a little corner of it. Control Shift A to grow out. Control Shift click on it to reverse the isolation. Right, and then you can do delete hidden one more time, and now we're done with the zippers. Alright. So that's gonna be it for this tutorial. In the next one, we're gonna go ahead and see what else we can do right on this garment, give it more detail, maybe some stitching. Right, we haven't got a chance to go over all these techniques in class because we're just beginning to learn all those the modeler and hard surface things, and it will take some time to eventually get used to them and be fast. But for now, if it's slow, then let's just go slow, right? Alright, that's gonna be it for this tutorial. Again, later on maybe we'll move on to some more detail on the garment. Okay, see you next time.